Boom! Good morning, Schmoop Chew. Oh, mate, I have been gone for about 2 months, and it cost me my one and only subscriber on Patreon. Terrible. And that's apparently the lack of consistency on YouTube can do to you. But I have been carrying on working on the game project, and today I'm ready to share some more with you. What I've added is basically some skills based on Metroidvania games. So we've incorporated a grappling hook, a way to break through walls, a high jump, a couple of little bits as well. I just want to say as well, thank you for anyone that has stuck with me. I know on YouTube terms, taking 2 months between uploads is huge. I tested out some live streams, they were a bit of fun, but didn't really do anything. So my consistency needs to be back on these game dev videos and on the chiptune remixes, because those have always been my forte, and it's what I enjoy the most. I promise that if there is another gap between uploads, it's never going to be more than a couple of months, and I am carrying on working on this project. So if you do want to follow us, just subscribe here, join up on Patreon as a free member, no problem, you don't have to pay anything. And the game is my passion project, but I just, I have been working on it, it's just I haven't had much to upload, because, again, motivation is such a tricky thing, and mainly I start to feel embarrassed. The longer it goes on between uploads, I start to feel quite embarrassed about the fact that it's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months since my last upload. It's like I'm starting from scratch again. But you know what, I don't think that is the case. I'm hoping that when I share this, I'm going to be reaching out to some people that were watching my videos a couple months ago, and the guys are still waiting there. And maybe even, who knows, we'll see where this goes. But yeah, let's be clear with what this is today. I'm making a first-person horror RPG Maker game, and I've done quite a bit of decent work already. And the thing I want to share today is going to be some Metroidvania inspired items, abilities, locks, puzzles, that kind of thing. The overall design here is going to be heavily based on the design of essentially Metroid Prime, probably a bit of Resident Evil, Dark Souls as well, essentially in the design of this sort of the way that the world links together. I don't know how much of that is going to come through at the moment, but the world is designed with lots of like shortcuts and spirals and stuff like that. Okay, without further ado, thank you very much. Let's cut to the game dev. So the first of these abilities that I'm going to show you is one that I've actually shown off before on the channel, but if you haven't seen it before, basically it's the use of like a bomb item to break through this wall here. Now, the way I'm designing these abilities is essentially as like a lock and a key system. So the block there, the cracks in the wall is like the lock, and this bomb here is the key. Now this will be a consumable item, which will be like one use for each blowable block that you can blow up, and then you have to basically make choices throughout the game essentially as to where you will use them. But this first one here will have 2 places where you can use it. So one to get into the building here, and one will have another way, which is another route into the area through the other building behind it. That gives you access to this train station area here. So that's the first of these abilities, which is essentially it's a bomb based on the bomb from Metroid. A very simple way to just blow up blocks. Now I'll move on to the next item, which I think is probably one of the more interesting ones. This is another Metroid-inspired one. This is essentially it's the morph ball. So activate the shrink module from the key items tab. So the lock here will be the low roof here, which is one that you can't pass through. It says that you're too big to fit through, unless of course you use the item from your key items, which I call the shrink module, which goes to a third-person camera and shrinks the character down so they can now fit underneath these. There's some bug testing to be done here, because I do need to find a way to, well, I basically need to make it so that you'll be forced to switch back to your normal size afterwards, which can cause some issues. But anyway, so another one here, which is the floor feels weak. With the right tool, you can break through it. So this is essentially a way to break through floors underneath you. So I've called this ability Stomp. Also, if you look up there on the top of the screen, there's a spinning like hook thing. That's for the next item after this. So Stomp was found. Right, so if we approach these cracked blocks in the floor here, and then push the action button, actually, you know what I want to check out first is basically what you can see here is that there's a small room underneath here with a door that if you approach it from this side, will say that it's locked from the other side. So the door is locked from the other side. Now, if I was to go around and use that Stomp ability from above, we'll find that you're able to break through the floor here and create a hole. I'm going to work on the animations here a bit as well. And then you have this little room here where I can put an item or secret or something. Door is easily unlocked from this side. Now, moving on to the next of these, when I picked up that box there, it also had a grapple item in there, which I've called the grapple hook for now, a grapple shot. And essentially, if you look here, when we approach this, you can fling yourself across the other block. I'm going to cut ahead a bit because I actually have another way of showing off that grapple shot here, and this is also showing off another item, which is again based on another Metroid item. It's basically based on the space jump from Metroid. Now there's specific places where you'll be able to use this. A strange symbol has been painted here, an arrow with wings pointed upwards. Specific places where it will allow you to use the space jump thing. That NPC there is again placeholder, which is just to give you the item. I'm going to show off here in the key items. I accidentally gave it twice, but you've got rocket jump and grapple shot there. So the rocket jump will allow you to jump higher in specific spots, and the grapple shot will allow you to swing across gaps where you find the hooks. So these are again locks and keys. The locks here will be the big jump, the grapple hook. You see the grapple hook in there? That one I need to add the animation to make a spin, and it flings you across with the hook hand thing there. And that's a combination of essentially like where you would need both of these items to reach this area up here. And that's that again. So we've got the grapple hook based on the grapple hook from Metroid Prime. If anyone remembers, that you basically can only use that in specific spots. And that's why I thought it would be okay to do it this way. Again, my animation is obviously quite janky with it, but again, like that's how I'm doing things, and I think it works pretty well for my purposes. Again, this is a solo project, so I'm doing the best I can. I'm pretty happy with the results, to be honest. Like it's very slow progress, but I want to say again, it's been quite a while since I uploaded, but like this room here is just a little like art gallery type thing. Say to everyone who's watching now, please like, comment, subscribe, check out my Patreon. It will really help me out. I'm really struggling financially. But like I don't expect, obviously, like this project is my passion project, so I want to be able to finish this, and the way for me to finish it will be with as much support as I can get from you guys out there. I really hope you've enjoyed this one. I'm going to cut it off here, but thank you very much, and look forward to the next one. Uploads are going to be a little bit more frequent now, probably at least once a week. If I can do any more than that, I will do more than that, and there will be more chip tune remixes too soon. Thank you very much, and goodbye.